Pats fans and Bills fans, thanks once again for joining us here today on Crossover Thursday. We have talked about this from a Bills perspective. We've talked about it from a Patriots perspective. Mike Debate giving you the Pats point of view. Joe Marino giving you the Bills point of view. Joe, this matchup may be getting its share of shade from our colleagues in the media, but you and I both know that pride runs deep. We've talked about it all throughout this episode. These two franchises have a lot of history. That pride is going to be felt on both sides of the field on Sunday when that buzzer sounds. Automatically, those competitive juices take over. So the Patriots and the Bills have proven that they can put on a pretty good show. They did that a couple of weeks ago. In that vein, my friend, if the Bills are to come into New England to defeat the Patriots, what are Buffalo's keys to victory?
Well, Mike, I'm going to go a little different direction on this because I do buy into this being an inconsequential game for the Bills. I think they'll go out there and try to win the game. There's no question about that, but there's no real need to get overly emotional or overly concerned about what actually happens in this game. So my three keys for the Bills in this game, number one is stay healthy. Even though you're going to be playing a lot of reserves, it's still an exposure to injury. And obviously the Bills is the number 2 seed in the AFC. They want to go on a deep postseason run, and their best chance to do that is going to be with their players being healthy. So get through this game healthy first and foremost. Number two is there are 3 important statistical feats that I think this Bills team should chase. Number one, which will happen, is Josh Allen continuing his consecutive starts streak. It's currently at 114 consecutive starts. The next closest quarterback in the NFL is Jared Goff with 53. There's a massive gap. This is a historic consecutive start streak. I think it's maybe 13th all time. And you know as well as I do that the conversations about Josh Allen have been for his entire career about durability. And if he can play the way that he does and be available for his football team, well, Mike, he's the most durable quarterback in the NFL, and it's not particularly close. It's meaningful to him. It's meaningful to the Buffalo Bills for Josh Allen to go out there and get this start because it is worthwhile for that to continue. It's very impressive, and it's important. It should continue. The second feat that I think the Bills should chase is James Cook getting 1,000 yards rushing on the season. He's had a great year. The touchdown production is off the charts. He leads the NFL in rushing touchdowns. I don't think a lot of people know that. But he's 19 yards away from 1,000 yards. And he's the lead back for the Bills, but he's only like a 50% of the snaps player. It's not like Saquon Barkley plays 80% of the snaps. James is the lead back, but he doesn't play a high volume of snaps. And I think it's important for him to be able to stack another season of 1,000-yard rushing. So I'm hopeful that he goes out there and gets those 19 yards. The third statistical feat that I hope that the Bills are able to achieve is they currently have tied the NFL record for the most different players to catch a touchdown pass in the season. They have 13 players that have done that. So they need one more to do it to break the record. And I think in a year where they've embraced everybody eats as their mindset offensively, I think that's a great way to provide a tangible evidence to, hey, we did this in this year. And of course, in the aftermath of saying goodbye to Stephon Diggs and all of the drama that surrounded that. So I think those 3 things are important. And the last one, Mike, have a safe flight home. Enjoy that plane ride home. You order your favorite beverages and your favorite foods and get home and get ready for whatever awaits you in round 1 of the playoffs.
Absolutely. The nostalgia I can conjure up after hearing Joe describe exactly what he just described is absolutely amazing. I know Bills fans are loving the fact that they're on the giving end of that now, they're on the receiving end of that now, not on the giving end. But bottom line, the Bills have earned that, and I think you're absolutely right. For the Buffalo Bills, it's all about maintaining health, maintaining focus, and maintaining a level of enjoyment out of this experience heading into the playoffs, because I do believe this Buffalo Bills team has a significant opportunity to do something special this year, and hopefully they'll get the opportunity to do that healthy and with a full roster. And Josh Allen has played well enough to be able to enjoy that streak and continue that going, and I do think that is a smart move for Sean McDermott to be able to do that. From a Patriots perspective, I'm looking at this game as well as not a whole lot to play for other than the fact that the New England Patriots would benefit more from a loss than a win. I don't think there's anybody that'll argue that right now. Now, whether or not the coaching staff will allow them to play that way, I think we've got our answer. Gerard Mayo and this coaching staff and the players have said they're going to go out there and they're going to try to win the game. I've gone on record by saying that even their best effort might not be enough to beat the Bills this time around. I'm going to stand by that, but I will say, from a Patriots perspective, if you're looking for on-field growth, folks, the one thing that you should be looking at in terms of the Patriots potentially being able to pull off a victory, meaning keeping this close or at least competitive, is to try to establish your presence on both sides of the line of scrimmage. Joe, this has been a problem for the Patriots all season long. I think if they can try to hang with the Buffalo Bills in this regard and put together a good effort, it's going to give Patriots fans, it's going to give this locker room an opportunity to build on something and say, hey, we went toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in the league twice now, and we proved that we can hang. All we need is the proper pieces in place, maybe some coaching adjustments that'll allow them to be able to play to their strengths, and they could be taking off. So that's something that I would look for. Patriots are definitely going to want to try to wrap up the run, which means probably going after Ray Davis a little bit. Ty Johnson, I think, is someone that could see carries down the stretch as well. So the Patriots have to be ready for him. But that is really, I think, a big key for them. The second is if they are able to keep this close, don't be afraid to take shots down the field. The first time around these two teams played, Patriots were able to exploit a mismatch, and I say that with respect to Kyer Elam, but it was a mismatch at the opportunity where Drake May was able to find Kayshon Boutte for an impressive touchdown catch. Those are the types of chances the Patriots have to take. Even if Drake is not going to play long into this game, and I don't believe he should. I'm actually on record by saying I don't think the Patriots should play him at all in this game. Keep him healthy, keep him going to next year. But right now, if you do see the opportunity to take advantage of a potential mismatch, don't miss it. Take it, because it will allow you to have some confidence heading into next year. And the biggest thing I'm looking at for the New England Patriots from this game, Joe, protect the football. This team has turned the football over in key situations far too often. Ramondre Stevenson still is coming into this game with 7 fumbles. You need to shore that up if you're the lead back again next year. Give the ball to Antonio Gibson. Allow this team to be able to hold on to it and stop committing egregious penalties when they're absolutely unneeded, especially when they kill drives late in the game. So if the Patriots do all 3 of those, I think they come away with a moral victory regardless, whether the score supports it or not. That, to me, is what I'm looking for the New England Patriots. But this has been a blast, my friend. We always get a chance to cross the streams twice per year. Can't ask for more than your professionalism. Your friendship always means a great deal to me. Sincerely hoping that both teams just get through this game healthy and that, begrudgingly, Patriots Nation, I think, wishes the Buffalo Bills all the best in the playoffs because there's a team out in Kansas City that has a little bit more ire and has a little bit more of the ire of Patriots fans right now. So whether Bills fans want the support or not, you may be getting it from a majority of Patriots Nation this year.
That's interesting. I've not considered that angle. Obviously, the Bills have their own problem with the Kansas City Chiefs. They'd like to get past them, but also the Bills have the record for most consecutive Super Bowl appearances with 4. Well, Kansas City gets back there this year. That's 3 in a row, and you want to cling to the history that you have. And I know that the Patriots and their dynasty always would like to be revered at a higher regard than what's brewing in Kansas City, and I hope when it's all said and done that is the case.